right. Hello everyone, hope you're having an excellent day today. I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little tired and I'm a little bit late. Sorry about the wait, we're a couple minutes late this evening, but we should have a nice time of building before us as we work on some Ice Planet 2222. Should be a great time. But let's go through and see what we've got today here. Let me make sure all my cameras are working here. Just building, yep, we're doing good. There's my phone, let me move that. But yeah, as the thumbnail showed, we have a very nice vehicle here. Let me, hold on. There was something messing with the screen there. All right, perfect. We have the Ice Hawk. This was seen and named by the members a little bit earlier. So this is a jet plane, a suborbital fighter that is used by the Ice Planet people in order to stop the rampant satellite theft which plagues the planet, because that was all the whole storyline of Ice Planet was them trying to protect their satellites. So it's called the Ice Hawk CF-40 because Celsius and Fahrenheit meet at the temperature of 40. So it's kind of interesting how that works out. That was also recommended by the members, so pretty cool. But this plane is done. So you're probably wondering, Mark, what are you going to be building tonight? Well, guess what? We've got all the pieces right here, all the essential elements to make a second one. So we are going to try to make a duo of really cool, really great Ice Planet ships to put on the scene. In fact, they could probably go right over this landscape that we worked on earlier. It's a little out of focus there. There we go. So this is what we did on the first stream. Second stream, we started working on an ice cave, which is still under construction. I got a little bit of progress I could show off later. But yeah, now we're going to be trying to build a second ship tonight. It shouldn't take too long since I already have the design down, but we'll see how it goes. So, but for those of you just joining, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you all stopping by tonight. We've got about 2 hours of building tonight. Not too bad. I think we can get our goal accomplished in that time. But if you're just arriving, feel free to drop a like. And if you're not subscribed, please do so. If you like LEGO content, I drop videos pretty often. So we just dropped a Halo video, which is pretty cool. But let's go through some of the chat here, shall we? We've got Tim is here a little early. Good to see you, Tim. And sorry I can't make it. Gonna watch a Minecraft movie. That sounds great, Cross. I heard it was pretty good, actually, which is actually like an immense surprise given how kind of wacky the first trailer looked. It looked kind of interesting, to say the least. Henry is here. I'm in bed falling asleep. Well, thanks for stopping by, Henry. I appreciate you tuning in for a few minutes before you go to sleep. I know it's pretty late over in Europe where you are, so I believe you're in Europe, so I understand. Good afternoon, everybody. Good to see you, Ryan. Hope you're doing well. It is evening here where I am. 7 is a little bit later, but yeah, good to see you, Ryan. Dust Off Their Bricks is here. Good to see you, Dusty. I hope you're doing well, man. And Moranic, the Great, it says, greetings all, what's your favorite LEGO theme? Well, my favorite LEGO theme is Castle, but I'm also a big fan of Adventurers and Classic Space, like Ice Planet, so lots of great LEGO themes for sure. Lego Yardman is here. Good to see you, Lego Yardman. Hope you're doing well. Okai is here. Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Okai. Good to see you. Absolutely. All right, well, we're saying hi to a couple. We got Rockin' Bricks is here. Cool count number 1. Yep, Rockin' Bricks knows what's up. So if I unintentionally say the word cool, we've got to keep track of it this time. I know what I can do. I've got this bag of 1x1 round trans neon orange plates here in the little sealed bag. I don't even know how they got them sealed. Maybe they... Oh, no, it's just taped. We can open this safely then. But I got these on Bricklink just in case I need them. They're really cheap, and I'm trying to buy up transparent neon colors like neon orange and neon green if I see them on Bricklink if I'm making an order. So we'll stack these every time I say the word cool by accident. So if I say it like I'm reading someone else's comment, or I said, oh, I said the word cool again, it doesn't count. But if I say it unintentionally, and you'll know, we'll make a counter. And so we got 1 right there. We'll put a stud every time we say it by accident. And this time we can actually keep track. I think last time was probably at least a dozen times. All right. General Tron is here. Good to see you, General Tron. I like the ship. Snazzy Dine. Oh, thank you, General Tron. I'm pretty happy with it, too. I really like these snot wings. These slopes work great for these kind of angular wings. But we're going to try to make a second one of these and get that built tonight. If we can do that, I'll be very happy. If we can even get some progress on it, we should be doing good. Let me dump out this pile of pieces here. There we go. And this is going to be most of what we're working on tonight. There we go. I want to make sure we're centered here. So, there's a tile caught in there. Might need to get up. Well, just push it further in. There we go. So these steep slopes are kind of new to me, but I think they've been around for at least a couple years. A very steep, weird slope piece. What is that? A 6? That's an 8. 1 by 8 by 3 slope? That's pretty wild. Anyway, this is going to be used for that kind of steep wing area right there. That's a better perspective. And we've got the... I think this is from Nexonites as well. What else could this piece be from? I'm trying to think. Well, I know this piece was originally molded for Nexonites, so we'll be using that, unfortunately. And then we've also got the Nexonites windscreen here, which goes very nicely with that because it's got that sharp point. So that's going to be some of the main elements. And we've got this inverted, I think this is actually used in city planes, if I'm not mistaken, and it's in black. Got a couple of these, so this should work pretty well. And I need to make sure I'm using the right measurements as we build. Is it right there? Yeah, that should do it. That's pretty much the first piece connection we're going to be doing for this ship. We want to make a second one, and if by chance we make this pile of pieces into a ship nice and quick, we could also work on this little rover vehicle design. I think I was showing this off last week as well, last Friday. But we'll have to see how that works because I feel like this second ship will keep us busy all night, but we'll see how it goes. We can always just make the bed the back of the truck so that it can carry stuff if we run out of time. If we accomplish our project ahead of time. Teaver is here. Hello, sitting on a bench at the park while my son plays. That sounds like a nice way to spend the evening, Teaver. Hope you're doing well. It's nice and bright out still because of daylight savings and it's finally getting warmer out. Spring is sprung and happening and so it's nice to see daylight out at 7:30 instead of just darkness. So, Okai says, great looking ship, but way too much white in my opinion. Ice Planet actually a lot more blue than white in their vehicles. You're correct, Okai. It's much too much white if we're going off of the accurate Ice Planet color scheme. However, strategically, this ship is going to be coming up from the atmosphere, from the down in the planet up into the stratosphere, into the space. And it's going to be attacking spaceships that are trying to steal satellites. So if it's coming from underneath, what kind of camouflage do you think it's going to need in order to hide on an almost completely white planet? It's going to need to be strategically painted white to blend in, be very stealthy. So intentionally being a lot more white than usual. My brother was saying the same thing, and there's one of the main reasons is some of these slope shapes don't come in blue. I don't have a lot of blue slopes in this size, for example. So I wasn't able to mix as much in as possible. And then it also just makes sense as a story point. Like they would paint it white so that it could sneak up and be more stealthy. So that's my reasoning. I do understand you are correct, but I'm going out of my way to be incorrect on that one vehicle. The larger spaceship I'm planning on making should have a lot more blue. So it should be more balanced, correct Ice Planet color scheme. Thank you for the suggestion though. So. Henry the Horseman, Mark explained it should camouflage against snow. Exactly. That's the plan, Henry, for sure. Yep. And okay, that makes sense. Yep, it does. Okay, indeed. Hopefully it's logical enough that I can explain why it's not more blue. It should be more blue if we're being accurate. I've done a Lego room tour video and upload, so look out for it afterwards. Oh, nice, Tim. Is it up now, or are you going to upload it? Because if it's up now, I'll have to check it out after the stream at some point. But General Tronsbrick says, ever see those cartoons of Wonder Woman sitting in thin air? I try not to be that guy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's not that invisible. It'll be visible for sure. Like that orange, you can't miss that orange cockpit windscreen. But and there is a little bit of blue and black highlights here and there. But it should be less visible than if it was black on white, for example. It's just less vivid contrast going on. Fall Equinox, you're good to see you, Autumn. Hope you're doing well. Another Ice Planet enjoyer. And happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday, everybody. So, when did you add the black lights? Oh, we don't have any black lights up right now. When do you add the black lights? I should have read the question all the way through. When do we add the black lights? Hopefully soon. I know I want them on the display once it's constructed and completed at conventions for sure. And when I'm taking photos, I'll probably pull out some black lights and shine them on there for some extra kind of bluish color, and those neon pieces will glow a lot more for sure. It's 15 minutes away from being loaded. Oh, there you go. Sounds good. Where is Grumpy tonight? That's a good question. Grumpy isn't here yet. We'll have to keep an eye out for him. Maybe he'll make it yet. But let's see. Where are we? We might actually disassemble the first one just a tiny bit to know where we're going, because the windscreen will come off right here. And move over just a hair. See, my building is in the shot here. Yeah, I was very happy with how this first ship turned out. I built it, I want to say it was last Sunday. I had some time, and I decided to work on it for a little bit. It turned out pretty good. It is a lot of white pieces, but I think that it makes sense. I've been able to explain it in a logical sense. So, but let's see. Yep, just a plain old piece. We need to have enough room for one of those. That might actually be a tricky piece to find. So that blue double wedge in there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me turn this way here. So some light on it. Yeah, right there. That blue piece in there with the 2 cheese slopes on it. It's really bright all of a sudden. But yeah, I need one of those to fit inside there. I'll keep an eye out. We have the blue pieces over here off camera, so I can look through those as I'm going. But let's see what else we need for this. We need a bunch of headlight bricks in white. So I might grab the headlight bricks bin. I'll be right back. Ooh, Jazzino, I hope I'm pronouncing your name. Jazzino 313 donated $1.99. Thank you so much, Jazzino. Appreciate it so much. Sorting Lego by color is chaotic yet inspiring. Yes, it's very chaotic. I like doing it that way. You can see I've got a bunch of white bricks behind me here. That's what we'll be using for a lot of the filler pieces between the ship as we build. So I like color sorting. For some things it doesn't work so well though, particularly vehicles actually, because you need to be symmetrical usually, and you need very specific elements, sometimes different colors mixed in for the correct color balance, like Ice Planet color scheme has a lot of blue, white, and black, which are very different. So, can be kind of tricky sometimes, but overall it still works pretty well. Please like the stream. Yes, thank you, Autumn. Yes, feel free to like the stream. It helps the algorithm so much, and it's free, so it means a lot to me if you do. Grumpy J and I will be going live on Monday. That's awesome, Dusty. I will hopefully make it then. We'll see. Usually I'm working on a 12-hour build then, but we'll see if I can stop by and say hi to you guys. That sounds pretty awesome. Sorting Lego is my zen time. Yes, I'm usually on a live stream, so I'm not like super relaxed. It's not that tense though, now that I've gotten more comfortable doing live streams. But that's sorting streams are fun. I've done a couple for sure. Let me go grab my headlight bricks. I'll be right back. Yeah. Here we go. And the reason I'm grabbing these, let me show you guys in this one view. There's a ton of bricks with studs on the side there, you can see. And we'll be digging through those in just a moment to find the correct ones. This could be a little longer of a build than I anticipated because I might have to go find specific bins like this. But the reason we need this is for 2 or 3 very specific pieces, which are probably going to be in here. There we go. We need a few more like that in white because the front, the leading edge is in white. Let me see if I can show you guys. Those headlight bricks are white in there, and then they switch to black, but white at first, especially since you can see the inside of them in the cockpit right in there under that big slope. So we're filling those bricks in as we go. Hopefully that makes sense. There's another one. I'm not sure exactly how many we're going to need. Let me put them here for you guys to see. There's 3. And I'd honestly prefer to use the 1x4 version of the headlight brick too. So we'll see if we can track down a few of those. It kind of depends on what's on the top of this bin here. Here's another one. Yeah, we might have enough. I think we have enough black ones already pulled out. Never too old for a Lego. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. What's up, buddy? We are building some Ice Planet 2222. We're trying to make a second Ice Hawk, which you see here. So it should be a pretty awesome build. I didn't say cool. I've only said it once so far, but yeah, doing pretty good. I just got about 40 pounds of bulk brick, and I'm not looking forward to sorting it by part type this week. Oh my goodness, yeah, 40 pounds. That's a lot. That's like, you know, shopping bags or like a big bin full of bulk brick. That's going to be good for MOCs though, Dusty. Once you finally get it sorted, that'll be great. So bulk brick is a blessing and a curse at the same time, because if you do sort it, it's a lot of work. Let's see. It's loaded now. Mark, have a look, everyone, after the stream. Yes. So check out Tim51, formerly known as Tegan. They just uploaded a video of their Lego space. So I will be checking that out after the stream. Very cool, Tim. Thanks for sharing. Oh, that's my first sort by style, then type, then color. Good grief, General Tron. You must do a lot of sorting. That sounds pretty labor intensive. I bet it's easy to build, though. I bet it's great for building. For sure. Henry says, I've been sorting cheap lots I bought, and yesterday I found the Zalex Ghost and car for in 25 minifig lot. Everyone has found the Zalex Ghost car except me. Dusty has 2, I think. Henry, you've got one now. I need to find one, and they're so expensive if you actually go on Bricklink to look for one. They're like hundreds of dollars. I'm very jealous, Henry. Jesse's Brick Galaxy. Good to see you, Jesse. Go check out Jesse's channel if you haven't already. He does some really cool kind of Lego and D&D mix videos. Very inspirational. It kind of inspired me to start my own that is a lot less often updated, I think, because I only post like once a month. But check out Jesse's channel. Good to see you, Jesse. And nice bin of snot. Yes, this is a big, I would say, well, medium bin of snot bricks. It's so disgusting. Well, that should hopefully be enough headlight bricks. We'll see what we got here. Yeah. An entire bin full of snot. And here you can see we're attaching where the wings will eventually go once we get a few more bricks applied here. And unlike the template that we're working off of here, we're trying to just build a second copy and paste. Oops, sorry, bud. Knocked you over there. There you go. This has the inverted, very smooth front piece, which works great. Then it has a 4x6 inverted slope panel piece. I don't know what it's called. This is the piece that's in there. I do not use these at all in MOC building, generally. They're really vehicle-based, and I don't make a lot of vehicles typically, so I don't have a lot of these. And I use 1, 2, 3 in this base here, and I only have 1 and 2 halves, the slightly thinner version, so not quite enough. So I'm using this slightly newer version here that I got in some city space sets recently, about a year ago. And it's a very cool piece, but it is a different dimensions, and it has those little brick spaces right in there. If you can see, there's an extra brick. So we'll be playing around with the interior a little bit more with the second version, because it's a little bit more straightforward. So it's not exactly the same, but it should look exactly the same on the outside. We'll see. Okai says, a whole box full of snot. Yes, Okai, it's revolting. It's I should have put up warning. Could cause general uneasiness on the stream. So much snot being visible. Never Too Old for Lego says, only 13 more subs to go till I get to my 1K. So I'm excited. It's been a long 6 months of streaming every day. Wow, Never Too Old for Lego. You are so close. You'll get there soon, I'm sure. Congratulations in advance. So looking forward to that. I need to make sure I'm subscribed to you, man. That's gotta double check on that. I'm trying to make sure I'm subscribed to as many Lego people as possible. General Tron's Brick says, I discovered digging through a tub can be noisy and disturb certain roommates. Oh, I had to start sorting and realized it was incredibly relaxing. Yes, digging through a tub can be very noisy and can bother certain people who have auditory sensitivity, so I get that. Next is Zach. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Hello there, Lego lovers. Absolutely. We are all big fans of Lego. That's why we're here. So, do we need 2? Yeah, we need 2. That's the right distance in white, and we'll do a little bit more at the end when we're done. But we can put some black ones here. And we might get the entire base pretty much filled out. This might be a quick stream after all. I was worried about time earlier, but we might be fine. So we get 2 of the black headlight bricks. So you can see by that tiny indentation right there, those are the black headlight bricks. And then you got one, basically 1x4 and a 1x1 brick at the end here to reach the rear of the craft. You got some missiles on the bottom of the wings too. So we'll put those in a second here. There we go. Yeah, we have just enough basically. I need some 1x's. If I can find any. There's one. Oh, that's a corner piece. That's probably not going to help us. 1 and 2. No? No. Well, there's one of those. That'll be more useful than the 1x2. Another one. There's actually really good odds that we'll find the pieces we're looking for in the white bin too, because I haven't sorted out all of the brick Swiss studs on the side out from my bulk white behind me there. So we'll look there if we can't find one more 1x1 brick with stud on the side. That's the one last piece we need to move to the next step, essentially. So next thing we can do is these wing pieces, honestly. And we need to remember to have some attachments for the missiles on the bottom. But it's pretty much just 1x3 and 1x4 bricks, and maybe a 1x6 in there too. And these start 4 bricks back. So right here. Oh, too bright. Too bright. Calm down. There you go. Sometimes the auto exposure makes it look a little too bright white. That snowy ice planet pieces catch the light a lot. Thanks for the Lego D&D shout-out. Prepping for a big Lego battle map now. Nice, Jesse. That's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. Hey, Dustoff, 40 pounds of Lego is just another Saturday for you. Dusty does buy a lot of Lego. Dusty goes through pieces faster than most people I know. Very cool base. Oh, okay. Calling me out. I didn't even realize it, man. Ugh. 2. At least 2. I might have missed more than 1 now that I think about it. Hey Mark, I think you're using the wrong characters in your Desert MOC, where us, Jake Rains, and the Pharaoh's Quest gang. So, Nexus, have no fear. Jake Rains and, what's her name? Helena Blake, I believe is her name? I have to double check. And, you have the Professor. What's the Professor's name? I have all the Pharaoh's Quest figures, all the Pharaoh's Quest heroes in the scene as well. There'll be tons of adventurers all over. It's a big scene. Members can go check out a picture of the Adventurers MOC after the first day of building already, because it's under construction, it's behind the camera, and I'm not going to show it off because it's probably more than a week out, but members can get a sneak peek early on right now if you want to go check it out. I would say wait till the end of the stream, but yeah. Hey Mark, I think you're using the, oh no, I got that one. I like making ships, so I'm just getting into the 4X carriages. I used to work on, the 6X carriages. I used to work under the 4. Yeah, these are these technically the 6x? Because these are 6 wide, and I think that's what you're referring to. But yeah, I also have some of the 4 wides, and that was a little bit too small for the size of this craft. T-Valkyrie says, Ice Plane! Yes, it's basically Ice Planet, but remove the T. That's it. But yeah, good to see you, T-Valkyrie. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining. For those who have just joined, feel free to like the video. That helps the algorithm a lot. It's free. It's very easy to do. It's right there, down there. Feel free to like the video. The more likes these get, the more views they get. So, helps a lot. I want to do a live stream, but YouTube won't let me until I've got 1,000 subs. Interesting. I thought you could go live earlier than that, Tim. But yeah, hopefully you'll get to 1,000 subs soon, so you can do a live stream. But Mikey is here. Good to see you, Mikey. Hope you're doing well. Looking good, Mark. Well, thanks. Appreciate it, Mikey. Yes, it's we're trying to make a second Ice Hawk, like the one that was in the thumbnail. My hand's covering it. There you go. Trying to make a second Ice Hawk. Made recently and named by the members. Man, the white... I might have to turn off the auto exposure on my camera really quick because that's brightening up too quickly. Alright. Let's get some... I think we actually want to do slopes next, right? Yeah, we'll do these next. Is it the short ones? No, it's the long ones. There we go. Do we have enough of these? Oh, yeah. We need 2 sides, of course, so it's symmetrical. Oh, there we go. 2 very long slopes. They're it's a wedge piece. I don't know if it's called a slope first or wedge first, but that'll work. And we'll put those right there and there. This is already a pretty sturdy piece. I don't remember it being this sturdy early on, but you get the idea. And I know certain builders like RR Slugger don't like these big curved slopes, but I actually love these because I remember playing with Lego a lot in the early 2000s, and these are very iconic from that era. Like Exoforce used a ton of these, so I love these big slopes. And these ones are pretty, I almost said cool. pretty nice too. They're nice like the ice. There we go. The trans orange is a cool color with the white. Yes, it's a great contrast for sure. Everyone go follow Tim so we can do live stream. Yes, go check out Tim's channel. He just uploaded a video of their Lego space, so check it out. Malistair is here. Good to see you, Malistair. Hope you're doing well. And Johnny updating their membership for 2 months now. Thank you so much, Johnny. Appreciate it. Hope you've been able to check out some behind-the-scenes content. We've been posting like basically every day, every other day for the past week. A lot of behind-the-scenes stuff out there, so check it out. You can see better pictures of the Ice Hawk. You can see Adventurers sneak peeks already. That's going to be out like a week from now, so lots of ahead-of-time stuff to see. He's holding out on us. Exactly. America. Ice of you to come by, Mouser. Hey, Nexus dropping the ice funds. There we go. Alright, so this one will go in the end. Like that. Well, that's the wrong side. That one has less smudges on it than this one. We'll do that. So we've got the very aerodynamic shape starting to take shape there. Gonna be interesting to figure out how we do the filler areas down here because it is slightly different from the pieces used here. But we'll figure out a solution, I'm sure. This is gonna be kind of in there at some point. We won't do that yet, though. Let's worry about the wings next, I think. And let's make sure we fit this headlight brick in there. And one by one. And we need another headlight brick without one on both sides. So might look in the... we'll look one more time in here. If we don't see it, we'll go look in the white pieces. There's that rumbling of Lego again. I mean, technically you could use a dark gray one since no one's going to see the back of the craft like that, but I don't know. I'd feel bad if I didn't use a white one there. There we go. One more white headlight brick. That's what we were looking for. A super simple and boring piece, but we got it. So there we go. And I think we still need a little bit of fuselage. Probably not too much. I think we just need to add one like that. One thinner piece at the end, and that should be most of the chassis starting to take shape. But let's get those wings filled out a little bit. You got a lot of the wing being dominated by these big slopes, which look great. So we'll be using these shortly. But let's get a few white bricks. They're going to be directly behind me, so we'll look for that for a second. I see you're matching the Gatorade with the build. Well done. Yes, unintentionally. I just happen to like the blue shades of Gatorade the most, so they have kind of an icy look to them for sure. And unfortunately, as the weather gets warmer, it starts to get warmer in my studio. It's normally pretty nice. Like right now it's 73. But as it gets hotter outside, it will eventually creep up into the high 70s, maybe 80s if I don't turn on the AC, which is directly behind the microphone here. And it'll sound really loud in here, so because it's just a window unit, there's no soundproofing at all. So I'm trying to figure out, do I just sweat it out and have better audio quality on live streams, or do I turn on the AC and nobody can hear what I'm saying? We'll figure it out when we get there, I guess. Mark, did you think about a basement for the ice planet? Oh, like a lower area for the base, yes. Planning on having some lower levels and tunnels inside the main headquarters once it's built. Superman chilling out, just watching TV in the basement. There you go. Absolutely. I'm a big Superman fan. I'm looking forward to the new Superman movie from James Gunn. Hopefully that's good. All right, we need 1x3s and 1x4s. There's a 1x4. Thankfully, we got plenty of pieces here. We need probably 4 1x4s. And 1x6s. Those are 1x8s. That'll work. We got all the 1x4s we need. Now we need some 1x3s. And these need to be very clean, new-looking pieces, not too beat up. Because they're right on the wing and very exposed. So. That's too beat up. So. Oh, I don't think we need that. could do 1x2s and 1x1s, but that just wouldn't look right. There's one. Well, we'll start with that. We'll get back to it in a second. Don't want to be too far away from the camera. We could actually switch to chatting while we're doing that, I suppose. In your Ice Planet MOC, you should make a white Yeti using an outhouse and 2 explorers find him. A white Yeti using an outhouse. Maybe. I think, yeah, they wouldn't have an outhouse per se. They'd have just a regular bathroom in their headquarters, but maybe so. We have the Yeti figure here to use in the scene at some point. And Steven, I know, has collected a number of these. We should have like 5 or 6 more, so we can have a little tribe of Yeti figures living on the planet too. And then we have the giant Yeti, which we haven't found the arms for yet, but they're somewhere. And he will be rebuilt too. I don't know if he's going to be a bad guy or if he's just an extra big Yeti. He's going to be kind of a scary presence. We'll see. I think his appearance lends itself towards more of a vibe versus a friendly small Yeti vibe. So we'll see. Sauna stream. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what will happen eventually, Henry. Mark, your camera setup is perfect. Thanks. Oh, well, I'm glad it's working, T-Valkyrie. That's good. Absolutely. Or a Wampa. Yes. I don't think I have a Wampa, but I could probably acquire one. They haven't made a new one since the older style one, right? They don't have a new Wampa mold I can use? I don't think they do. So. Let's see. So we're starting to add some bricks to the side of the vehicle here for the wings. We need a couple 1x's. They're not like 2 bricks thick. They're only one brick thick, so not too bad. And then we need a 1x here, and where is that? It's down at the end, so we'll put that right there. And we actually do need another white headlight brick, like we were looking for before, to put a piece right there. So we'll have to track one down at some point. Big Yeti is the wise elder. I like that thought, Teaver. That's more peaceful. The Yeti should be in an ice skating rink. Johnny, that's a great idea, too. I'm going to have to start taking notes here. Let me put ice skating rink for Yetis here. I can show you guys my priority list here for the Ice Planet landscape, the bases. So I don't think you can read my notes. I'll just read them out to you guys. But we have the HQ and tactical terminals, so basically a computer room. That's going to be the main area of the Ice Planet headquarters, their base. And some of the things that need to be around that are a vehicle bay, one that could possibly hold a big ice hawk here. You want to be able to fit those inside to repair them or fuel them up or something, keep them from getting too much snow on them. You want to have a workshop area and a laboratory, maybe to combine the two. Got to have a storage area, small, could be like a closet, and like a barracks where they can all stay, have some bunks. Probably a little bit less like a house and more like this is a tough job, so they're all like staying together. Then you have a missile launch site so they can launch satellites up into the sky. And that's all that I have planned for the HQ. But eventually we also want to make a mountain range chunk of landscape that would be a lot taller than the rest of them, kind of be in the background. There could be more than one of those, depending on how many pieces we have. One scene that I really want to do, probably sooner rather than later, is a Blacktron or Spirius crash site. So a small craft will have crash landed, possibly forced to land by one of these bad boys. And then the Ice Planet crew have to rescue the Spirius and or Blacktron problem makers, these ne'er-do-wells, and dig them out of the ice and take them back for questioning. So, and we've already started work on the ice cave. That was another high priority item, and we could have the Yeti possibly kind of, that's their ice cave, that's where they're staying. That could be pretty interesting. Frosty Plateau, that's kind of covered by this, but we could make more depending on how many pieces we have. And then a mining area or a digging area where they're getting some sort of valuable resource. So we'll see if we get to that. We only have a little over a month, so kind of have to prioritize some of the more important things. Like the base is pretty high up there, and these vehicles are pretty high up there, so we're doing that now. So knocking stuff out, but it's still a lot on the list. As far as vehicles go, we have a number of those we want to accomplish. Small rovers, multiple of them. So we have a design already. It's over here. We're starting to kind of work with, and we can make more like this, probably at least 3 more. depending on how many of those orange panels I can track down. And then we want to make a digger or mining vehicle. I have a specific size wheel for that. Let me pull it out and show you guys while we're talking about this list. But this size wheel, which I believe would have come in the Life on Mars sets, I have 6 of them. Actually, I have 7, I think, but 6 of them for a pretty sizable mining vehicle. They'll have either a drill or a big scoop and be able to kind of dig through the ice to try and find valuable minerals. That'd be pretty cool. I said the word cool. That would be pretty neat. 3. It's okay. No need to stress. No pressure. No need to freak out. We're good. Where were we? All right. And one of the high priority items for the ice planet scene is a large rescue vehicle or exploration vehicle, and that'll be the biggest ground terrestrial vehicle. It'll have 6 wheels and use the large size ice planet wheels, which are pretty sick. And we've got 6 of those as well. So it'll hopefully look very different from the mining vehicle, but has the same amount of wheels and will also be a larger vehicle, so I have to figure out ways to make them different. Not on the list is ice train. I want to make an ice train too. So many things we got to get done, and we'll figure it out. We'll start knocking them out. Important things first: small vehicles, jet fighters, and there's also a large ship at the end. So ice train, capital ship, the ice fighters, these ice hawks. They look great. Yeah, so many things we want to accomplish. I don't know if we'll have enough white pieces for all of them. We'll find out. But that's the dream anyway. Elder Yeti in the sauna room with a pipe. Tiver, I'm actively leaning towards this idea of yours for sure. Ice skating rink, very chill, very relaxed. So Jesse's Brick Galaxy says, did the Chima Ice Bears survive the 2222? They might have. I know the Sabertooths might have. It depends on if I have any in my collection. I'll have to check. I think I have at least one Sabertooth. But they're also not terribly expensive to collect, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll double check on that. If you have an HQ, you need a comms closet. Okay, comms closet. Is that code for something, Mouse, or is that just what it is? There's a communications area. Blacktron. Is it Blacktron or Spyrius? Which one do you prefer? I think Blacktron is actually the most canonically correct faction to be bothering Ice Planet and stealing their satellites. So probably Blacktron. It would give me an excuse to use those figures. I have probably 20 or 30 Blacktron 2 minifigs. So I don't know how I acquired that many. I haven't been going out of my way to collect them, but I just have a ton of them. So one of these days I can make a big Blacktron 2 base or a force doing something. So yeah, we filled out a little bit more of the wings. That's looking a little more aerodynamic there. So we can keep working on that. Doing pretty good. Don't forget the sauna room. Yeah, you guys are all really on the sauna vibe. I get it. That's we can make that happen, I think. So the white wheels are actually from the Star Wars Arc 170, I believe. Oh, the big ones. Interesting. That would explain why they're kind of pricey. Yeah, maybe they weren't in Ice Planet. Because they were in the Arc 170, right? Or were they dark red? No, I think you're right, Okai. I think you're correct. So they're from Star Wars, but we'll be using them in Ice Planet. So there you go. I think Ice Planet is a more creative use for them. Although, that is an NPU for a Star Wars set. Malister says, exploration rescue ship should have a ton of sensors, lights, etc., plus an evac pod / stretcher for care of casualties. Yes, Malister, absolutely. The big, with using those big wheels, it'll be have a big, probably a crane arm, have a back entrance with maybe a smaller vehicle can come out of it, or they can load up people who are a little too chilled out. So I'm partial to Spyrius, says Autumn. Yes, I prefer Spyrius a little more than Blacktron 2, but I do like Blacktron 2 a lot as well. So I might have to do a poll and let people decide who's going to be crash landing and who's going to be infiltrating the base, because I think we can easily include both of those factions causing Ice Planet issues, for sure. It's hard to obtain the trans yellow? Yes, it is. That's a difficult color to track down in anything because of classic space. So, communications closet is a literal closet filled with network hardware, think switches, routers, servers, etc. Yes, now I know what you're talking about. So, The communications closet, all the wires and all the hardware, right? Yeah, that makes total sense. Charge is here. Hey, the starship looks cool. Someone else was saying it. I'm reading their comment. Doesn't count. I'm trying not to say the word cool for everyone who's wondering why I hesitate on the word cool. Yes, we got the ship here, and this one's pretty much complete, as it should be. But we're trying to make a second one exactly like it right here, which you can see the hulk of it is mostly shaped out now. Still a lot of filling in to do. But that's our goal for today in this stream, so... what I missed, new handle. And now, Charge, what was your name before? Was that Tarnowski? Yes. Okay, Charge is easier for me to say, so thank you. Appreciate it. I like the new name. I agree. It should be Blacktron. Spyrus is too sneaky to get caught. Hey, that's terrific thinking, Okay. I like that. I like that concept for sure. Let's see here. Just need 2 headlight bricks. That's all we need, folks. There's 1. And 1 more. Sometimes it's better to do parts sorting than it is color sorting. So we'll see. We'll see how bad this gets. Oh! We got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Here we go. Let's switch back to the building mode. I was thinking it was going to take me a minute, but we're good. These will go on the wings facing down so we can attach some missiles underneath later because we're anticipating a nice payload of weapons. These are the most military style vehicles that the Ice Planet people have for sure. And we can start attaching these big wing slopes. It's already looking a lot more aggressive with these added on there. There we go. These things are so swooshable. They're fun. It's a good size for it too. Fits right in your hand. Should we start a chill jar? We've already got that charge. So these 3 dots represent each time I've said the word cool and caught myself, or somebody commented and caught me. I just said it again, so I don't know. 4 times so far. Not too bad. We're doing all right. Still trying to track down the 6x8 trans yellow plate. Ooh, yeah, that's a big size. That's a sizable plate. It's probably pretty expensive to track that down. Have to go make dinner, but this has been fun watching. I see you later. Take care, Nexus. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you, man. Use the term Gucci, then you can avoid cold puns. Yes, this is very Gucci. I like it. It's what's another like really modern slang term that the kids are using? Gucci's good. It's Gucci. I like it. I don't know a lot of modern slang. I just say the word COOL too much. I need to figure out more vocabulary here. Tried to end on an ice pun. Yeah, I see you. Yeah. I got you, Nexus. I registered that after you explained it to me. It would take me 1 second to find that part in my Lego room. Yes, Dusty, I'm sure it would because you spend a lot of time sorting, and I'm happy for you, man. It's a little more difficult for me sometimes. That should be a really common piece, so I don't know why I was being tricky earlier, but we got him. That should be all the ones we need, I think. Yes, we should be good after that. Yeah. Brick Jedi, good to see you, Brick Jedi. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. Rad, yes, rad is a great word. I like using the word rad. We'll use it again. Maybe this makes me old, but those are not headlight bricks. They're 1x1 snot bricks. Yes, you are also correct, Teaver. To me, this is a true headlight brick. This one with the inset area. I also would call this a super Erling. Oh, no, just an Erling, because a super Erling is all 4 sides. This is an Erling brick based on some books that I've read. It's kind of more niche term for it, I believe, though. Yeah, this is a headlight brick. The other one is, this is technically, I think they do call it a headlight brick on Bricklink, but it's a 1x1 with brick on one side, because it's smooth, there's no indentation. Yeah, terminology. All right. So I'm still building the wings, but the next piece is actually quite easy. So you just pop that on there, and now it's really sturdy because it's all the way, all this area is
snapped in. Let's see if I can. There you go. This entire line is just all snapped to the body of the craft. So it's really not going anywhere. And it looks cool because, it looks rad. It looks stellar because it's got this rectangular shape. I don't know if you can see that, just going down like that. And it kind of makes a cool... And it kind of makes a great angle, a very unique looking angle across these wing pieces. So I'm happy all these slopes make such sense together. 2 in a row, man. Golly day. Gosh, good grief. All right. Let's see how the comments are doing. Yes, rad. I need to say rad more often, Brickjetty. Thank you for that recommendation. The word sick, which means great. Yes, sick is good as well. I like to say that looks sick. When I think something looks really neat, I say that looks sick. Mark, pretty sure the kids aren't saying Gucci anymore. Oh, I wouldn't know. It has Riz. Yeah, it has W Riz. Is that something people still say? It's probably something that people still think people say, right? So. Hey, Steve. Steve Palda. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. I'm really liking your big skyscraper buildings that you're working on for your... It's Doctor Strange, right? Because I saw some reference images you were putting on your story on Instagram, I believe. But yeah, looking great. Check out Steve on Old Gray Bricks. And I'm guessing you put your own shorts on your own channel, too. So check out Steve. At least I see his stuff on Instagram all the time. Yeah. Adeline is here. Adeline? I don't know. I'm bad at pronouncing names. Adeline, good to see you. Mark, pretty sure the kid... yeah. Let's see. That's really fire. Yes, fire is a good term. I believe people still use that, right? Fire? That looks fire. I just don't sound that neat using that word. I don't know. Thanks for the suggestions, guys. Keep them coming. I'll find some good adjectives that that make sense in me using them. So, continuing work on these really, and I'm not gonna say cool, really good wings. These really excellent wings. And we can add some brackets there just so we can add a few pieces on the edge there. I don't know if you can see that light. Yeah, there you go. So fitting those between the cheese slopes. And it also just keeps those slopes from wiggling around or separating too much. You don't want them to do that. You can't see because it's all white. But yeah, if you push them too far, it'll separate like, yeah. Gotta bolt them down. A few more cheese slopes will take care of that. We've already got a decent amount of progress, and it's a little less than an hour starting. We did get a late start today because I was busy finishing the dishes, and time got away from me a little bit as we were starting the stream. But we were only about 5 minutes late, so hopefully that didn't cause too many issues for people wanting to watch the stream. All right, that's looking pretty sick. I will say. The cool shots keep coming. Yeah, exactly. We've got our little times we've said the word COOL counter here at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not good. Sweet. It's looking sweet. That's great term. Great term. Snazzy. So many great words. Why don't I use more vocabulary? Thank you guys. Boss, Neato, Cats, Pizzazz. Pizzazz. Hey, this has got a lot of pizzazz. I like it. Yeah, those angles look rad. Yes, thanks, Brick Jedi. I appreciate you guys. Bee's knees. That's hard to use in a sentence. It's very general. Try. I'll see what can be done. There's nothing worse than chores. Hey, I mean, we all gotta eat. We all gotta eat. And if you want your dishes done, you gotta do it yourself sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Just the goods this year. They're shaping up to be a bodaciously gnarly build. Yeah, that's the terms I'm looking for. Just the goods. Just the goods got the goods. All right. Well, we're going to need some filler brick in here. Let's look at the cockpit area one more time. We got a couple blue wedge plates in there. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, 2 by 3 wedges in there. You could probably use the old school wedge. Well, no. There's a headlight brick holding it in at a specific angle, so we can't use that. But those aren't too hard to track down. Hopefully, we can see some in the blue pieces kind of over to my right. I think it's going to be you guys' left. And yeah, so we'll keep working on that. We need a black headlight brick that's 4 wide. There we go. Good to have that right there. We got that piece there. It's one piece we need. And we'll need probably a black brick underneath. Can I remove it? No, it's white underneath. You can't even see it, so no worries. It's nice to have a built model in front of you, but then you have to find all the exact pieces, so you can't improvise. Golly gee, that looks really nifty. Perfect, Adeline. I love it. That's hot? Yes, hot is a good term. I don't know if I use the word hot that often. Could use it more, I guess. Fat Daddy Bricks, good to see you, Fat Daddy Bricks. Hope you're doing well. And if you're just joining the stream, feel free to drop a like. It helps the algorithm a lot. Helps more people watch the video. And if you're not subscribed, consider doing so. We'll be doing a lot more Ice Planet, and there'll be one big video at the end showcasing all that we've gotten built for the convention in Birmingham. So a lot to look forward to. All right. Let's look for some blue pieces to go with some of our elements here. We also need a 2x2 tile, not a printed one. Yeah, so let me look for a few blue pieces. I don't know if you're going to be able to see me over here. I'm getting off camera here, but yeah, I'm looking in blue pieces over here. So give me a second here. Oh, like the Thunderbird saying fab. I love the word fab. It's fabulous. Fabulous. Great term. Is it Tim? Yeah, Tim. Thank you for the term, Tim. Let's see here. Blue plates. We need some wedges. That's what we need. That's the problem with color sorting. It works great until it doesn't. We need some very specific pieces here. There's one. There's another. There's another. We'll need some cheese slopes too, and some 1x2 plates. Good. There's a double cheese slope that'll work even better. Yeah. We're gonna need more than this though, so I'm gonna keep looking for a second. Thank you for your patience. Oh, there's a piece I'll need. We had pretty good luck with the blue so far. But some of those pieces are a little weird, so I might have to track them down later. We'll see. Yeah, well, we might have to circle back on that one. Well, there's half of a piece we need. So we've got a couple blue elements here. Let me get back to the just building cam. There we go. So some blue pieces we need and half of one that we need. So we need another half like that. I actually used just a single piece for that front. I don't know if you guys can see it in the nose there. Turn this around. So you see there at the nose of the craft right in there? We would need another half of that. But that's a single piece in there, so now I have half of it. Not going to help me too much. We'll see. Lego Yardman says, do we need to get you a thesaurus? There's got to be one online I can look up, right? We got to figure it out. Drop a like and a cool synonym. Exactly, Teaver. Thank you so much. OMG, that is so tomorrow. Yeah, that's a good one. It's like an insult almost. Okai says, love the shirt, but you need an Ice Planet one for the streams. Yes, I don't have an Ice Planet shirt. I need to acquire one for sure. I could probably find one on TeePublic or just make one because I could make the logo. That's not a problem. Generating a logo is not the issue. I think, yeah, I could. There's probably websites you can make your own t-shirt. So I'll have to double check. I've been wanting to make my own t-shirts for a while because I've got a couple cool ones, a couple rad ones, a couple excellent shirts. Let's move on. Let me get some white filler brick here. Get a few plates in here too. There we go. I did it again. Oops, I did it again. This build is streets ahead. Ooh, so the future. Ooh, very trendy sounding text here. All right. We need 2 blue jumpers, too. I didn't acquire 2 of those. I need to find those. Let's work on the filler brick first, though. How far back is that? Is it? Oh, interesting. Oh, dear. So if that's there, can he fit in there? Yep, looks like it. This could be interesting. So because we were using a different underneath piece right here that has those extra little bumps in it, that 1x slope right there is 2 plates higher than the one on the original. We could use a slightly shorter slope, or we could use a curved slope. Probably gonna have to improvise that one. We'll worry about that later. For now, let's think about that space we're filling there, which is also going to be a little different, since that should be mostly covered. We can use this ugly plate there. There we go. So we're starting to fill in the back of the cockpit area. We'll be able to find all those smaller blue elements possibly later if we need to. Bricktastic, the build is absolute 0. Ooh, absolute 0. That sounds pretty neat. You lead the curve. Oh, there you go. That is so yesterday is an insult, but tomorrow means you're ahead of the curve. Yes, we want to be ahead of the curve, so we want to be tomorrow. But if I have to explain that one, then maybe not. I remember hearing it somewhere. Yeah, no, that makes sense. You could say cool. Well, I could, Adeline, but it's just, you know, it's so obvious that it's annoying. And I'm trying not to do it. And it's funny that I'm trying not to do it, so it's become a gimmick. And I'm going to keep doing it, I think. It really, there's nothing that's stopping me from saying that word other than myself and my own self-imposed fastidiousness. So it'll be all right. Yeah. Need another 1x6 brick. We're now filling in the interior space because that would all be engines and fuel and other stuff inside the ship. I don't know what is inside an F-35 that would be similar. That's probably classified. The word cool is so yesterday. It is, Tim, but I use it because I'm of an era that saying the word cool was very cool. I've just done that twice, so I'm going to put those down. This is getting bad. This is getting out of hand. Let's put another 2 down. Where's in view? Here, we'll put them... yeah, right here. This is going to be just covered in trans neon orange if I keep this up. There you go. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times. Oh, we're going to beat yesterday. How about awesome? Everything is awesome. You're right, Tim. Everything is awesome. Everyone is awesome. Killer. Steve, you got all the cool work. Steve, you got all the excellent adjectives. You got the killer words. I'm going to be using them. Oh, you have to be careful with killer on social media because they will totes my goats. I love it. Oh, Grumpy J. Good to see you, Grumpy J. Hope you're doing well. Glad you made it. We were wondering where you were. Not that you have to be here, but we're missing you because you're such a great presence. So. Let's see. A little bit more filler brick. We can use this one since it's kind of... So, because this is inside the ship, we can use this absolutely baked 1x6 brick in here because no one is going to see it. And that's a good use for that brick. So, it actually looks great in there. Perfect. And we'll fill this up just a hair. Now, why does that feel too high? I guess that's the right height, though, right? Yeah. Well, we'll get a nice clean 2x4 put in there. That should do the trick. And that's going to be where we attach the canopy. Just like that. Oh, how are we 2 bricks too far forward? We need to pull that back. That was built wrong. Well, let's see, because that looks ridiculous. You see that? We got ahead of ourselves a little bit there. That's so yesterday. Let's pull it back a little bit. We're building with absolute confidence, being 2 bricks too far ahead. Well, if that's like that, I might need a brick separator, actually. Do I have a brick separator here? I bet I don't. Oh no, here's one. I knew I would need one in the future and prepared for that. Such an eventuality. And one more. There you go. Grumpy J donated $5. Grumpy J says, wizards are never late nor early. They arrive when they mean to. Yes, Grumpy J, you arrive exactly when you wanted to. No question about it. Yep, I close my curtains so the sun won't turn my white to tan. The same thing happens to me, Tim. It's absolutely. Although most of my brick is now pretty much, there's not a lot of sun getting into this room, so we're pretty good at this point. Ooh, that's cooked. Yeah, that piece was pretty toasty. Hi, Tardy. I mean, Grumpy J. Yeah, we won't give Grumpy J too much grief. He donated $5 just because he was a little bit later than he was normally intends to arrive. So there you go. So those will stay, but this plate will come out too. There you go. And that's where it's supposed to be. And we'll put that there. And these on top. Just like that. Ooh, now it's breaking on me. So, now that we're caught up to where we're supposed to be, this should fit correctly. That looks quite a bit better. I think we're still a plate too far down. I don't know if you guys can see. There's a little gap right there. It's caused by it being too low back here. It's not closing all the way. But that is correct as far as the placement of that brick there. It should be just like that one. A plate and some cheese slopes to fill it out. Looking better. I have some actual tan white pieces that use along my tan pieces. Yes, I have 1 or 2 pieces in here that would just about be tan. Yeah, there we go. This is probably one of my first bricks from my childhood. It is technically white. That is more tan than white at this point. This was probably left outside for days, if not weeks. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, I got a little nervous typing Killer without thinking it might get blocked a little, but I say it all the time. I'm a product of yesterday, exactly. Yeah, we're trying to use terminology that's more positive and upbeat than using that word all the time. I get it. But yeah, I don't have a problem saying it in that context. I think you have to just know the context of when it's used. So, Anna's World of Bricks is here. Good to see you, Anna. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. That's Fab Mark. Oh, thank you. That Lego Kid is here. Good to see you, that Lego Kid. How much did I miss? Not too much. We have been building. We've been working on a second Ice Hawk, which is in front of me here. Here's the original that I'm holding in my right hand. Here's the new one on the left. Starting to take shape nicely, but still a bit of ways to go. If we get most of it done today, which we've already gotten a good amount of progress, I'll be pretty happy. We don't have to finish it tonight, although that would be pretty sick, if you know what I mean. Using a word that's not COOL. We're still trying to do that. You missed the G golly, exactly. Yeah, I do use golly. I'll say, oh, good grief. Good gracious. Might be a new thing if needing tan, just leave some white pieces out in the sun. Yeah. I know some people who have cooked and baked pieces in order to change the color. It's pretty wild. So, don't you mean ool? Yep. I gotta be careful with the ool word. Oh, Teaver gifted 5 Mark of Fall with memberships. Appreciate you, Teaver. Thank you so much. And Adeline got one of the gift memberships. Awesome. So everyone who's gotten a membership now can check out better pictures of the Ice Hawk, as well as some teaser pictures of the Adventurers MOC from the first half of the day of building. So some pretty excellent stuff to check out when you get the chance. Let's get 2 more cheese slopes. And what else do we need to continue the build? We'll need some plates for sure. We'll get a couple smaller and medium plates here. Let's get some more. I don't know if you guys can easily hear me when I'm this far back from the mic. Hopefully you can still hear me talking over the pawing of Legos. That's interesting. Alright. Let's get these installed here. Next thing we want to worry about is the engine at the back. So, there we go. Oh, actually, we got an already assembled engine right there with the kind of the jet of fire coming out the back. There we go. And that piece should go pretty much right there. Just like that. You can see. And the camera's freaking out because there's too much white in the scene, but you get the idea. So we will build our way up to that and try and get it nice and smooth there so we don't have too many exposed studs. Yeah. Alright. Put some white bricks down. How far out do we need to be? How far in do we need to be? Actually, it needs to be 2 bricks in, which is right there. So we'll do this, and we need a 1x4 will do the trick. So it's just a 6x brick. Let me get a few more filler bricks for right in this area here. Ice Planet is so cool. I took that one for Grumpy Jet. 1 more stud added to the landscape. We're gonna have to make that more visible. And as well, Brick says, I finished a video project for Awanas at my church, so hopefully I can get back to my schedule for my regular videos. There you go, Anna. That's awesome. Too many people here without Bricks by their name in here. Exactly. Well, I mean, it's not too hard, but Teaver, you're helping out, so appreciate it. So, thankfully, it's only 99 cents if you do decide to sign up and get those behind-the-scenes access and videos for just members. It's worth it, I think. Hopefully for that 99 cents you're getting some good entertainment. So, used to have a membership, but it ran out a week ago. Oh, sorry, that Lego kid. That's okay. You can get one at some point, I'm sure. No. We hear you pretty well. Oh, good to know, Okai. I'm glad it's not too quiet for as far back as we get back here. We don't want to be disappearing off the face of the earth whenever we go look for some pieces. So. There we go. And we need some larger tile pieces, actually. Let's see here. Some 2x4 tiles would be excellent. Trying to speak them into existence here. There's one. And if we're being exactly like the original, we'll need a 4x4 with a 1x, yeah, just like that. We'll try that for now. There we go. Alright. Getting back to the build. And this should... Oh, look at that. I keep finding little off measurements, but yeah, we have a brick gap between the engine and the body, so we need to bring that in, or I should say bring that out 1 brick in white all the way out. So we'll do that really quick. It wasn't just 6. There we go. Thankfully, that's a pretty easy fix. That's a 1x4 right there, and a 1x4 down there. And eventually, we'll have a layer of blue on the bottom. Try and get some blue on the craft. That'll kind of cover that area there and make it a little bit more, less noticeable. So So that fits like a glove. That's nice. So we just need to bring this up one plate and put some tiles in right there where it's exposed. And then we also need, is it up 2 plates or 1 plate? I need to double check now. It might be all the way up to here. Yeah, that might be a little taller than I'm thinking because you need to have just a little bit of space for these engines to go in there with those clips right there. Yeah. So we'll probably do that next. Get those put in there. We have the little tail pieces here, these little airplane tails we can attach there. We're going to need to find some smaller white slopes and the pieces on the inside. Actually, the pieces on the inside should be over here. It's this piece, but I need it in black. So we'll look for that. Don't fear the stud. Yeah, we thankfully these are pretty smooth. You don't see a lot of studs, but yeah, we're not afraid of the presence of studs either. There's a couple exposed studs, not too bad. Do you mind explaining a bit more about Ice Planet theme because it's way before my time? Yes, the Lego kit or that Lego kit. Excuse me. Yeah, Ice Planet is a really interesting, really fascinating theme because it's kind of inspired by older concepts of like a new ice age. That's something that my dad explained, who's quite a bit older than me. I think he's in his 60s now. He explained that they were worried that there could be another ice age at some point and it was going to get colder out. They weren't so worried about global warming and or global temperature change. And so I think that's kind of where this theme gets its vibe a little bit for sure. There's not too much explained about the lore. One thing we do know is the Ice Planets, the people of Ice Planet were very interested in making satellites and researching that sort of thing. So they were very interested in technology. And they were constantly having to protect their technology from being stolen by the less scrupulous factions in outer space like Blacktron 2 and Spyrius. And they worked together with the Space Police, the second version of it, Space Police 2. So you can look up their lore. I would say check out Brickipedia is a great website and it explains more about each character and some of the sets and some of the things that were written on the boxes that we got to kind of glean about Ice Planet. So worth checking out for sure. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Ice Planet. It's a little before my time too because I think it came out in '93 and I was born in '94. So I do remember having a few used Ice Planets as figures as a kid. So I got at least a little. I have nostalgic memories of them, even though I didn't know exactly what they were from. So I had an Ice Planet figure or two, but I just thought they were generic space guys. I didn't realize the full context. So it's interesting. Let's see. Mark, you should build a light gray version of your awesome craft. So these crafts in light gray would look pretty sick, I would say. I just find it easiest to make in white because I have a lot of these bigger slopes in white, and that works pretty well for Ice Planet. It's a little bit too much white if you're being true to the color scheme, but we've explained it with the strategic logic of having white camouflage for your more police work type craft. This is a more military, well-armed craft. So Ice Planet came out just after Space Police 2 and before Spyrius. Exactly. I'm a little more familiar with Spyrius because it came out a little bit later, like just a couple years later. So, has anyone got the new Shire set? Not me, that Lego kid, but it's pretty awesome. 2 more weeks till I close on the new home. So close to having an ultimate Lego lair. Ooh, Grumpy J, I'm excited for you, man. Do post some updates when you finally get possession of your new Fortress of Solitude. It won't be a Fortress of Solitude for long because he'll be doing streams shortly, I'm sure. I was trying to talk my wife into making a Lego room out of my third bay of my garage and double the size of my Lego room. I mean, as long as it's got air conditioning, Dusty, that sounds like a pretty good switch, but you never know. Klein Brick says, it was fun to be a member of a while, but it comes and goes. Yes. So sometimes we have people like Teaver or Grumpy J or Malister give some memberships, but it does run out after about a month. So at least you get a feel for what it's like. So, Anna's World of Bricks says, I got an ad about paying your taxes, then an ad about gummy bricks. Well, those are not the worst ads to get. Sorry about that, Anna. Hopefully there's not too many more ads. So, I remember the global cooling scare. There you go, Teaver. So you're of that generation as well. So yeah, they were worried about there being another ice age. That's pretty crazy. Now I would say it's the opposite of that. They would kind of think that it's getting too warm because of greenhouse effect and pollution and all that. So yeah, do what you can. Recycle. Get an electric car if it's a nice option for you. So Morgan is joined. Good to see you, Morgan. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. Thanks. I'll check it out. It sounds cool. Yeah, I bet it does, that Lego kid. No, Ice Planet is a fantastic theme. Fabulous theme. So worth doing a little research to figure out what it's like. I didn't see a notification till now. No worries, Morgan. We're here streaming. We've got plenty of time. We'll be going till at least 9:15, maybe a little later. So we're only a little past an hour in. We did start a little bit late. My bad, because I was behind on setting up my equipment. I was kind of like bringing my computer down here, setting up cameras like minutes before we started. So we got started on time, but I was a little flustered. So sorry about that. But we're good. We've been streaming for a while now. We're doing good. My first space set was the classic space, even before Futuron. That's pretty early on, General Tron. That's awesome. We got to have that early classic space experience. And Grumpy J donating 5 Mark of 4 with memberships. That's awesome. Thanks, Grumpy J. Appreciate it. A bunch of people got some memberships. Feel free to check out the behind-the-scenes stuff. You can see some adventurers early, which is pretty nice. So, Big Lick Bricks is here. Good to see you, Big Lick Bricks. Hope you're doing great. I love the name Big Lick Bricks. I'll be saying it as much as possible. I think it's hilarious. Hey, Mark. Heard about the new set Arctic Explorer / Express Train coming out in June. It will definitely be Ice Planet appropriate. I hope so, Big Lick Bricks. I did not hear about that. That's pretty awesome. We will be seeing how heavily that will be leaning into the Ice Planet vibe, but we'll see. Hello, I was going to make the third bay all fancy and put up walks and get a ductless AC and heating unit. Oh my goodness, Dusty. That would be really, really awesome if you got that to work out, but no worries. Brickboy2000 says, cool build. Have you seen my Lego City on YouTube before? I haven't seen your Lego City yet, Brickboy, but I will check it out after the stream. Brickboy2000. I will see your Lego City soon. I love a good Lego City. It's what I used to build all the time. Now I do more niche things like Ice Planet. So, ooh, Big Lick Bricks says autumn, exactly. Fall Equinox is very interested in an ice exploration train too. Anyone seen the massive Tyrannosaurus Rex Lego set that released 15th of March? I think I haven't seen it in person, but I've seen pictures and it looks pretty awesome. Walls, yes. Dust off the bricks, yes. If you could wall it in, that'd be fantastic. Kleinbrick says, yeah, I got the new Shire set. There you go, Kleinbricks. Is it pretty awesome? It seems like a great set. I would say beef up the trees a little bit, but other than that, pretty good. What is going on here? What are we doing wrong? Yeah, this has got to be a lot taller, I think. Yeah. We'll do that first, because I think it's got to be this and then a plate higher than that. But that's too high. How high are we going with this? Are we too high on here? Let me figure out the height. The height is playing with me here. That's correct. Why is that acting? Must just be me. Must be me. Must have been the wind. Is that a full brick above it? Yeah, it is. Yep, everything's correct here, but it looks wrong on the back. I'm just gonna keep going. Ah, now I see what it is. It was tricking me. Okay, that makes sense. That is the correct height. That is the correct width. Huh. Okay. I figured out the measurement issues, and we'll be fixing one thing one more time. Backtracking. There we go. We were right the first time. It didn't need that extra brick in there because this is supposed to go directly onto this brick right here. And snap down just like that. That is the correct measurement. I'm 100% sure. Don't check me on that. Now that's how it's supposed to be. So now we can put some bricks over here. Well, how many? The first space anyway. And then this needs to be tiled off. And we'll do that now, might as well. And that needs to be probably the, yeah. And we'll do this one in here. And we need a 1x4 plates right there. And some tiles. And that way, when you snap this down right there, the area right there is nice and smooth. We still have a little room for those extra wing steering areas to come out the sides. That should be good. We still have a little bit of space for our attachment hinge for the windscreen. Right there. Very nice. So we need, I could either look for 2 blue clips, or I could look for a few specific white pieces to fit in here. I might do that next. We shall see. I could put these on for now. Put the Ice Planet logo there. Let me check the comments here. I just got monetized on YouTube yesterday. Oh, nice, Brick Boy. That's awesome. How many subscribers do you have? I think we just passed 10,000, so I'm pretty happy about that. I had 2 tower castle ones. Ooh, 2 towers. Oh, the 2 towers from Lord of the Rings. That's pretty cool. Yep, saw the comment about the Massive Tyrannosaurus Rex, that Lego kid, for sure. Tim says, it's a pain when you build a prototype and try to build the second one. It's hard to match the same. I'm having some misalignments. Like, I'll think that I've got it right the first time, and then I'm like, oh no, there's a problem, I gotta fix it. So then I'll go back and change it, but I was right the first time, so I have to change it again. it happens. Now things are sort of in flux while I figure out things in Studio. Yes, so Studio is great for designing Lego sets and Lego MOCs, for sure. Worth looking into for sure. Mark, we both got M-Tron shirts. Yes, Tim, that's your profile picture, and I'm wearing one, so we're representing some M-Tron today. So. I just today had my 2-year anniversary on YouTube and went from 0 subscribers to 87K subs. That's awesome, Brick Boy. Congratulations. That's a lot of subs. I've been working on my castle MOC lately, and I've made a lot of progress. That's awesome, that Lego kid. I'm looking forward to seeing more progress on my castle MOC. Macro Bricks says, happy Friday, good sir, and all the great people in the chat. That looks super cool. I can see it in black and yellow, too. Oh, yeah, like a Blacktron one? That'd be neat. That'd be pretty cool. I said cool again. There we go. Dropping another stud. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 studs. Pretty wild. Yeah, the trees definitely need help, but cool figures and some interesting build techniques in the new Shire set. Yes, it's a really special set from what I can tell. The house itself seems like it's really well made, well designed. So. All right. Well, let's get some attachment points for those kind of jets, but first let's find the core piece that we need. It's going to be in this bin here. Right over here. We'll look in here. I already went through here and I pulled out a couple, so we might not have any luck. We'll look for a second though. Oh! I just said we might not have luck, but I just pulled one out. There's that piece we need. So we need one more like that in black, and then we'll be good to go. So, because we need that for the inside of these little guys, these wing thingies here. These little steering pieces, because you see that right there? That's where that the back of that piece is coming out. We got an orange stud representing a little turbojet. So we just need one more of those. I was trying to make it sound difficult. I found one. I guess I need to talk it up. Oh! Hey! We're in luck with the headlight bricks this time. And I don't think this is even a headlight brick. What is this called? What is... If someone could tell me what this brick is called on Bricklink, you get an internet cookie. That's pretty cool. That's pretty rad. That's pretty awesome. Dadgummit. We got another one. Oh, well. All right. We'll save that for the top of the cockpit here. And we'll find some connecting pieces for those. Oh, don't want to knock that off. So we need... Let's remove this for a second. Gotcha. Okay. Let me look for some white pieces, some white clips over here. We'll switch to the chatting version. Here we go. Fantastic. Let's see. I'm trying to get to 1K, hopefully one of these days. That's a great goal to work on, Anna. It takes a while for that first 1,000 sometimes. It took me a while to get to where I'm at. I'm very glad of the growth I've had for just been working at it since October. So a number of months now that I've been consistently trying to make videos, at least weekly. So there we go. Let's see if we can find some clip pieces. There's some. There's another one. We need a very specific configuration of clip pieces. It's got to be just right. They're not uncommon. They should be in here. There's a couple. But we'll see if that is possible. There's another one. That might be enough. Let's see. And my problem is I'm using some weird, these ones with the rounded end. I don't have a lot of those in white. I have a lot in black, which I think wouldn't stand out too much on the vehicle they're working on. It's all white pieces. So it uses a couple of those in the back here. And I gotta make sure I'm at the right height too. Yeah. That'll do it. So right here, and probably grid needs to go right there. Yeah, that goes right there. Because that's technically an illegal building technique to have that that clip piece is kind of coming up too high on that slope. It's actually not snapped down all the way. So we're kind of forcing it in there. And it makes sense. It fits just barely. So we need to find one more of those if possible, I think. Yeah. We could maybe work with that. We could maybe work with a 1x2. We'll make it work. Oh, Rob Claxton. Good to see you, Rob. Hope you're doing well. Oh, Okai's got it for us here. Brick modified 1x2 by 2/3 with studs on sides and extended stud receptacle. That's that's a mouthful, Okai, but yes, thank you. You get an internet cookie. Congratulations for finding the correct name of this very unusual part. I believe it's kind of an older classic space piece, if I'm not mistaken. Like this is an old school mold that they've kept around for a long time. Everyone's saying hi. Long time no see. Doing good. Glad work is super busy. There you go. Very cool. Yeah. Oh, Rob, you're going to be at Chicago. I hope you can make it to Chicago in 2 months. Well, Rob, are you going to Chicago? That sounds like a pretty fun trip. I won't be going this year, but it's always some really cool, really great MOCs to see. Golly, look at that. That's another one. How many is that now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 studs. Crazy. 14 times we've said the forbidden word. Now I need 2 clips. And some plates and some slopes. That's too big. That's correct. This is the great weakness of color sorting. Sometimes you just need some basic pieces and they're not showing up at all. Well, there's a few of them, but there we go. Marco Fallworth. Yes, sir, I'm part of a Fallout collab. Plus, I'm doing a Castle collab, as well as participating in pertaining to Dragonborn Paladin. Oh, nice! Interesting. I know Grumpy J is a big fan of the Dragonborn Paladin figure, so that's it's a good kind of collab to be a part of, I imagine. Here we go. Got some pieces happening here. I think that'll go. Is it like this? Yes, it's like that. And we got one side of them. I think they go. Oh, they go on the top. Interesting. Okay. And that goes there. Okay. Relearning how I built these. Hang with me for a second. So I think I figured it out now. That goes there. This will go there. And that goes on there. There you go. And that's one of the pieces starting to take shape. This one wing just seems a little bit off-white. I might see if I can find a slightly newer one. We'll see. It's not too bad now that I look at it in the pictures and such. We'll keep an eye on it. Yes, so we need another, either one more clip like this, or we need the double-sized version of it, the 1x2 version. So we'll try and track one more of those down. We'll be back. Let me switch to just chatting while we're doing that so you can watch me as I dig. It's a little boring, I'm sure, but thanks for sticking around. So. Adeline says, the D&D figures are rad. I just made my first real MOC. I made my first real MOC just so I could display them. There you go, Adeline. That's awesome. Yeah, the D&D figures are some of the best CMF figures ever. They're all super detailed, fantastic pieces, really fabulous. So, glad you're able to get a few and make a MOC around them. That sounds good. Let's see. Oh, there's a slope that I need. And it's, of course, a little bit too yellow for my purposes. See that? Ugh. This brick has been sitting on the beach a little too long. I need 2 of these. Hopefully I can find... That's a relatively common slope in my collection, so hopefully we can track it down. Let's see. Yep, color sorting. It's great until it isn't. I think I've said this a few times tonight already. I did find the clip I needed. Now we're just looking for those 2 slopes, if we can find them. If we can't find them soon, I'll switch to something else, but let's see what we can do here. There's one. Nice. Just one more. And that'll work good too, actually. We just need 2 1x1 plates now. There's one, and there's another. Now we just need that one final slope, if we can, if we might. it down. Oh, I'll need that slope later. Well, maybe we'll find it later. We'll come back to that one. How about that? Alright, we're back. We found a couple slopes. Let me switch back to the building cam. There we go. So we found another clip piece, which we'll put on that wing. Here we go. And then we'll get this double-sided slope, put it right there to make that little engine piece make sense. You can actually do that on the other side too, now that we found two of those. Save some of those smaller slopes for... All these white slopes could be used in snow, but we're going to be using quite a few on the ship and trying to be efficient with piece usage. So there we go. And there's that wing. There we go. And I think we need a 1x2 plate or two. And then we just need... No 1x2 plate. Okay. Well, we won't worry about that then. Interesting. And this is where we need this 1x3 curved slope here. This is the piece that I wasn't able to find two of yet. We can put one in there. Just like that. And that makes the other side of that element there. And we can actually, I've pulled out a couple of these black grill slopes. So we can go right there. Very nice. So that section is pretty much done. We just need to get over and finish this one. Yeah, I might replace that wing. It just feels a little more yellowed compared to this very pure white pieces, these white slopes down here. So we'll see what we can do. And we need this 1x4 slope here for a very important reason, because we still have those exposed studs right on the side of the craft right there, if you can see. And if we snap those in there, boink, here we go. It leaves a little exposed stud for a laser cannon right there, a phaser weapon to go on the side of the craft near where the pilot will sit, so they can work well into shooting down enemy craft that would be attempting to steal Ice Planet technology. Here we go. That's causing bigger issues than I remember it doing that. So that tile is sticking up quite a bit right there. And I don't know how to fix it. Because it's, well, here's what we could do. Is it just one piece that's causing that issue? I think it is. We'll find out here. Maybe it's not. Yeah, that's causing issues. We'll play around with that and see if we can fix it. If we need to, we can change it up a little bit. I don't even know how it worked on the first one. Was it just that the top wasn't snapped down all the way? That might be it. Or is it a plate higher than I think it is? Well, maybe. How high does it need to be? That's the correct height, I believe. Yeah. Figuring out the math on these guys is tricky sometimes. We'll play around with it. We'll keep on moving. See how that works. But that's pretty much how it's going to look on the final. Ooh, hello. Let's change that brightness a little bit. It's very bright on Ice Planet today. The camera is almost blinding. Sorry about that if you're getting glared out. Let's move this out of the way for a second. Maybe if we get more wood in the scene. Yeah, there we go. Too much white for a second. Alright. So, what can we do next? We've got those established, those established, those established. I say the next thing that we can easily do for a few more minutes is to find some blue clips here for the attachment of the windscreen. But first, let's go through some of the comments, see how everyone's doing. I think I found one of the Hawaiian C-3PO bananas at my house with Donkey Kong eating them. That sounds great, Rob. Yes, Grumpy J has been working tirelessly on his Hawaii 5.0 or Hawaiian Cabana inspired C-3PO build, which is hilarious. You can check it out on his building. They're sometimes set building, sometimes it's sorting. Whatever Grumpy J feels like doing on his Grumpy Mondays, check out his live streams for sure if you get the chance. The Lego Kid says, Adlin, I'll check it out. What's your channel? Yes, Adlin, are you posting on your YouTube channel? Is that where we can find that mock? That would be pretty interesting to check out. Oh, I posted on my channel just as a post if anyone wants to see it. Oh, nice, Adlin. I will check it out after the stream, for sure. I use that sort time while listening to music or movies. Everything goes by quickly. Yes, it's easy to get into a zen-like state when sorting. If you have some good music or a podcast or some movies going, those hours can go by very quickly. And sometimes it's a good thing because you're trying to kill some time, so it's great. Let's see. General Tron's Brick says, my brain is busy seeing all the different parts and automatically parting out. If you're looking at the parts here and trying to part them out, that they all go in the white bin, for example. It's not too complicated with my sorting system. Kind of a superpower for me. That's awesome, General Trons. That's awesome. If you get us into the zone when you're sorting, that's very convenient. Some people really dislike sorting. I don't. I enjoy it. So I don't think I'm necessarily very fast at it, though. So I have a special guest on Monday. Yes, Grumpy. Dusty was here earlier and talking about that. I'm looking forward to that. That's awesome. Reese is here. I think I remember the pronunciation right. Reese? Reese? Hi, sorry I'm late. That ship looks awesome. I wish I had enough neon orange to build stuff like that. Appreciate it, Reese. Thank you so much. Neon orange, yeah, it's kind of tricky to track down. I wish Lego hadn't stopped making it, but yeah, these windscreens shouldn't be too terribly expensive if you want to get them on like Bricklink or Next Night sets aren't cheap anymore. They're kind of just hard to find, a little expensive if they're complete. But maybe the pieces are a little bit easy to track down. I imagine this is $1 or $2. Not too bad. So worth getting to make some very special Ice Planet style craft. So, all right, let me look for 2 blue clips so we can snap this down and have it fit in the ship, because that would look pretty awesome if we got that in there. So let me see if I can track them down over here. I don't think I'm going to be on camera over looking for blue pieces. Eventually, I may want to back my streaming setup, just back it up a few feet so you can see both sides when I'm looking for pieces. That might be something I experiment with next time, next Friday. But for now, I'll be back in a second. Stay tuned. I'll need one of those. That's good. Two vertical. I think it's technically. Is it a plate modified or a towel modified? I think it's a. It might be a plate modified with vertical clip. Well, we had luck with black. We aren't really having luck with blue yet. Well, maybe we are. Hold on. Oh no! So that isn't gonna help me. They're the same side. I need these to be the opposite sides, not the same. Well, that's not gonna help. Hold on. We'll be back in 1 second. Oh, there's one clip. Nice. Oh, 2 clips, yes. We're in luck. we have found 2 tiny little blue vertical clips. So the old style, which means they're going to be really stiff, but that's probably a good thing. The new style is less prone to breaking, but it's just not quite as much clutch power, which probably is why it is less prone to breaking. So let me see if I can give you an example. Maybe not. I need to sort my clips out. That's the takeaway here. Only finding the old style clips, but the old style one is just a lot more it's more beefy, more reinforced. The new style is more, it wraps around the bar connection and is a little bit thinner, more flexible. So. All right, we can snap those on there. You can hear that snap probably. That's stiff. All right, I think do we need a plate under there? Yes, we need a plate under there. Let me find the right one. Yeah, we could do that. We would need 2 plates that are a corner. So a 2x2 plate corner. Let me see if I can find 2 of them. There's one. One more. There's a tile. There's a plate. There we go. Okay. Better luck in the white section for sure. So we found 2 of those little corner plates. And we're going to stick them right in this area here. Bring this whole surface area up just a tiny bit. See right there? Nice. Rock solid. Not going anywhere. That can go there. These can go up here. And that's looking pretty close to the old one here. Let me pull this up here. Snap this back on. All right. This is the original, which is pretty much complete. Here's the one we're working on. It's still missing a few little bits and bobs here and there, but that's most of it, man. That's looking pretty cool. Ah! Looking pretty fabulous. Looking great. Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 times? Oh, I need a sip of Gatorade. It is what it is, folks. All right. So now we need a 1x6 plate on either side, right here and here. And then we can put some kind of white slopes and tiles on them to make it make sense. There's one right here that we can use right away, so that's nice. And there's a 1x2 if we only find a 1x4. There's another 1x2. Technically, we could use 3 of those, but I'd rather use a 1x6 plate. You have so much Lego. Yeah, that Lego kit. I've got quite a bit of brick available. We're using a lot of our white over here. There's actually more white behind the camera. And we have quite a bit of blue over here. There's more blue behind my head right there. So not so much blue over there. Blue is actually getting a little bit thin lately because we've been building a lot of landscape for Ice Planet. It should make things tricky when we work on an Atlantis MOC in a few days, actually. Should be doing that early next week. So looking forward to that. But yeah, we're going to have limited blue, so probably switch to a different color. Maybe black or dark green. We'll see. Got to go to the store for a bit, but I'll be back on later. No worries, General Trons. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you stopping by and chatting. Let's see. I'm back, Mark. Had to pop to the shop. There you go. A lot of people going shopping. No worries. Good stuff. I went to the store yesterday. Got some donuts. Got some groceries, too. Okai says, so annoying when you have an uneven number of left to right wedges. When I get a set with more than one of one side, I usually order the other side to keep my collection balanced. There you go, Okai. Yes, I would say most of the time my wedges are fairly balanced as far as the amounts I should have. But when you're just sorting by color, you might be only finding the left side or the right side, and then you're just like, Same thing with like large wedge slopes like these guys. I was finding only one side in this particular size. It was frustrating. It was so annoying. But I did find some more of the other side eventually, so it is good to have similar amounts of both. Good point. Mark, you got a problem with the word cool. Yeah, I do. And I said it intentionally there so it doesn't count. Yeah, I need to say the word cool less often. Yeah, that's the fabulous. That looks sick. Looks amazing. Amazing. I should use the word amazing more often. It's a great word. Fantastic adjectives that I can expand my personal vocabulary with. For sure. Lockheed Martin is calling. They need their lead designer back. Oh, these do look very modern military, don't they? I think that's a good thing though, because they look menacing. They look sleek. They look like they're gonna take you down with their hacking systems. The ship is looking great, but it's not complete until you swoosh it. Yeah, we're not to swooshing levels yet, but it's almost physically ready to do that. I mean, you can get some movement with it right now, but yeah, I want to reinforce the underside and get that connection right here figured out before we get to full swooshing. But yes, we're getting there. If you had an estimate of how many individual Lego pieces you own, how many? It's definitely in the hundreds of thousands, that Lego kid. I would say a couple million. Steven says it's below a million, so I don't know. Depends. Somewhere in that higher range, though, for sure. We have a lot more light gray, dark gray, and tan, and now black. We have tons of black now, thanks to Tron. Those are our most common colors, but we also have a lot of things like orange and white. We have a lot of those colors, too, so... just kind of depends on what we build with. We also have a lot of green. Green's behind me there too. So plenty of green pieces. Hayden is here. Good to see you, Hayden. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to drop a like if you haven't already. It helps the video and the algorithm a lot. So I'm curious, what is your main method of acquiring Lego these days? Do you mostly get new sets, Bricklink, or bulk? A little bit of everything, Hayden. I recently got 2 of the classic brick boxes that have the clear, I think it's like magical transparent pieces box. I got 2 of those because it had a bunch of really special pieces that I've never seen before in any other set, and I'm like, I want to get a bunch of those, and they are pretty cheap, so very great way to get a bunch of pieces to build with. But Bricklink is great as well. I use that a lot. I was placing Bricklink orders for kind of niche weird pieces like these transparent neon orange plates, which I'm using to count the number of times I'm saying the word COOL. Bricklink is great. Yeah. And then if you can find deals at yard sales or Facebook Marketplace or like your local Lego stores, the Pick a Brick wall is great. So many ways to get Lego bricks, for sure. Everything and anything is what I would recommend. Whatever works for you. At this point, though, I don't buy a ton. I just buy every now and then because once you get to a certain volume and you get a pretty good selection of most of the common pieces, you can build a lot of stuff before you need more pieces. So my buying has slowed a bit in the past year or two, couple years. I've tried to stop buying as much because I don't really have as much space as I used to either. So yeah, great question, Hayden. All right, let's find one more 1x6 plate and a few tiles, and we'll start to snap some stuff on there. Let's see. There's the 1x6 plate, perfect. We could find a couple 1x4 tiles, or the equivalent, that'd be great. There you go. And we'll need one more if we want to do it that way. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to do something interesting here. We're actually going to change up the original Ice Hawk model, and we're going to remove these slightly harder to find angled wedge slopes, these small ones, and replace them with the very similar but slightly different non-wedge curved slopes And we're going to remove these textured ingot tiles and swap them with a regular old tile. Just kind of smooth and simplify it a little bit. And the reason we're doing that is because we have plenty of those regular ones, but not a lot of the ones, the wedges. And it does look a little different. Hopefully not too distracting. Eventually, I think I can track down more of the wedges, but I just want it to look symmetrical and similar to the other one for now. So we'll do that for now. Eventually, we might swap them back if we feel like it, or if we find enough pieces. That's what we're going to do. Because I want them to look like they're a duo, a pair, exactly the same. Same type of craft. There you go. We might have enough to do the front ones wedge, because we still have 4 of them. So I might do that. Kind of mix the two things together. Yeah, we might do that just for kicks. There you go. Nice, clean white tiles. Hopefully we have enough left over for the terrain. I think we will. We should be good. We should be fine. Yeah, I kind of like the mixture where you have the wedge ones in the front and the straight ones in the back. We'll probably do that for this side too. The original. We're getting close to having 2 similar ships though. This is basically what we needed to do. And it's a good thing too, because we're pretty much out of time if we're doing our regular 2 hours. Because I was 5 minutes late, I'll probably go for another 5 minutes just so we can chat for a little bit. But yeah, we're pretty much wrapped up at this point tonight, guys. So. But I mean, we basically got it, sans a few pieces here and there. That's essentially 2 Ice Hawks right there. I need to finish the interior area right here with some weird blue pieces, which would probably be easier to find a little bit later. But those aren't that uncommon, so we should be able to track them down and make it make sense. And then just a few little bits and bobs, details here and there. But yeah, the core stuff is there. Most of what we need is accomplished tonight. And it looks amazing! We got 2 and we can swoosh them around and they can stop all the Blacktron and Spyrus guys in their tracks when they try and steal their precious satellites. It's awesome. Let's go through the comments really quick, make sure there's nothing we're missing here. Stickler Bricks, good to see you, Stickler Bricks. Hope you're doing well. What's up, Mark? Just followed you on Insta. Just created an account earlier. Nice, Stickler. I'll try and track you down as well. That is great. Alphonse is here. Are you going to Brickworld Chicago? Alphonse, not this year. It's just a little bit far out of the way. It's a very long trip for someone in Georgia. It's a little bit expensive. It's one of the more expensive LEGO conventions for me because hotels in Chicago aren't cheap. And it's a big convention, so they're not normally willing to do as much for, they don't have as big a deal for LEGO Masters. Sometimes I can get like a free ticket discount. They don't really do that at Chicago because it's big. They don't need to, and I get it. So there's less discounts for me. So I usually try to focus on the smaller ones where it's a much better deal. Because they're very excited to have a LEGO Master there, so that makes it a little bit more easy for me to make it there. How is the swooshability? They're so swooshable, Grumpy J. This is the first one. It's really sturdy. You can do a barrel roll. Oh, they're fantastic. This one, while not finished all the way, that the core structure in the back isn't complete, the wings are still strong and the cockpit's sturdy. So they're good to go, man. They're going to be taking out some Blacktron guys very quickly. You can imagine how fast these things go. Let's see. Adeline says, the ship is really sleek. I love the design. It just makes me want to make a jet/spaceship. They're pretty fun. I'm really happy with them. I'm glad you guys are enjoying them too. I'll get some really nice pictures of them, hopefully out in the next couple days, and we can share those on Instagram for people to check out. That one's sticking up all of a sudden. I don't know why. Is it the studs? No, I think it's just stiff. Oh, it's Adeline704. Sorry, I thought you could just click on names. Yeah, for some reason the live chat won't let you click on the YouTube user's name. It's weird. So, yeah. I'll look that up later, Adeline. Thank you for posting the specific number code for me. I'm looking forward to seeing that D&D build that you were talking about earlier. Very cool. Hey, they look fab, Mark. Oh, thanks, Tim. Appreciate it. And I will be sure to check out your build space walkthrough video that you just uploaded. I will check that out. So thanks for sharing that and letting me know about it. So, Mark, the hotels were like $950 with the whole term discount versus like $2,000 on the Marriott website for Schaumburg Renaissance. Exactly. That's $2,000 or $950 more than I want to spend on hotels right now, Rob. I'm a little bit low on budget, but eventually, I think next year we'll probably figure out a way to make it up there because it's so much fun. But right now, I'm being budget conscious and trying to focus on building projects as well. So, but I'm sure you guys will have a blast, Rob. Probably one ship you don't need to de-ice. No, you just take off with this thing and the ice will just whoosh, gone. Stickler Brick says, you should talk to Mark. He runs Brickworld Chicago. I'm sure he could hook you up in some way or another. I'll have to see. I know Mark. I'm pretty good friends with Mark. Yeah, I could mention it to him. It's worth checking out. I am also busy, though, so we'll see. It's a kind of summer Father's Day weekend. I'm usually got things going on. Lego builds among them, so we'll see. But don't worry, I'll make it to Brickworld Chicago again at some point. Probably not this year, because I mean, even if I were to try to go this year, I'm already late for signups, and I think the time to reserve MOC space is already passed. So I could just show up, but I usually like to bring MOCs, so probably not this year. But I appreciate you guys mentioning it, though. I'm sure if those who can make it will have a fantastic time. It's a great time. So. All right, well, I think we're going to wrap it up here for tonight. It's 9:20. It's a little later than we normally end, but we started a little late, so it all balances out. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like the video. It really helps the algorithm. I've said it a couple times. Sorry about that, but feel free to drop a like if you enjoyed this type of content. If you haven't subscribed, consider doing so. We got a bunch of videos coming out, including Ice Planet. Should be a big Ice Planet video at the end of the month. Looking forward to that. And yeah, everyone have a great rest of your evening. I will not see you Sunday. I'm not doing a sorting stream Sunday. I'm going to be busy. But we'll be back again early next week with more 12-hour builds, 24-hour build, adventure build coming up soon. More member posts on that later. So take care, everyone. Good night. Bye-bye.